practicing attorney. She was audited by the IRS in 2010. You'd set up an LLC.
I did,
right?
yes.
But the IRS determined that her filmmaking activity was not engaged in a profit-making enterprise. As a result, business deductions associated with her film over 3 years were disallowed, meaning she owed the government over $300,000 in back taxes, penalties, and interest. And Lee's now waiting on an appeal ruling.
I knew I wanted to make films. I didn't know I was going to make this film. In 2004, I went to the New York Film Academy, took some time off of work, and I had been self-studying for a long time. And this subject came along because my husband, who I had been married to for 15 years into our marriage, he basically revealed that he was a former member of Up With People. And I didn't know about that. So I thought that was really, really interesting. But because of that relationship and finding out about what he did, I had access to the organization. And as a lawyer, I knew to get the licenses to use all of the archival footage that had never been seen before. So I started all of that in 2005. It was in 2005 that I formed Story Vision LLC, and it was under that name that I got the licenses to use the material and began the journey.
Okay, so then fast forward, the film is released. You premiered at Docu Weeks.
It is. I premiered at Docu Weeks, and we have some distribution, foreign distribution through Films Transit. But no domestic distribution at this point.
Film Transit is, I'd say, the preeminent international TV distributor. So it's all looking good.
Yes, it's all looking great.
And then what happened?
And then the IRS decided they wanted to audit my making of Smile Till It Hurts as a hobby. And the interesting thing, just to roll back, in 2003, 4, and 5, when I was doing the initial looking at the film, the IRS actually audited me then. And they sent me a no-change letter saying that my film was not a hobby and it was, in fact, a business.
I'm sorry, when was that?
Yes, you heard me right. 2003, 4, and 5. So they came back in 2006, 7, and 8 when I actually made the film, the short, the film, went into production, and had a DVD. At trial, I had my product to sell. I had Film Transit on board. I had already gone through Docu Weeks. I had been in multiple film festivals trying to pitch and sell my documentary film. And the IRS chose to audit 2006, 7, and 8. So those are the years at issue when I actually did the vast majority of the making of the film. And I had claimed, because the IRS allows it under a section of the code, to make the deduction against that year. Again, I had accountants that prepared all the separate books, ledgers, everything you need to do. They supplied that to the CPA. The CPA incorporated all of that in my filing, my tax filing, but the IRS still wanted to come back and call it a hobby. When we, as documentary filmmakers, is a question of what can you do? If you do all the business things, you think you're doing all the right things, you're hiring all the right people, the experts, you really truly are operating as a business, and you still get audited, what are some of the things that you can do to maybe protect yourself along the way? And I had this brainstorm, and I thought, when we as documentary filmmakers go to film festivals, to Film Fest, we should do this, we should do this. I got another little sign. We should wear a Docu vest. Hold on here. You can ask a question while I get this out. I actually think this is brilliant.
Somebody has to make a movie about this, by the way.
Oh, by the way, I tried to film my trial, but it wasn't allowed. I really did, because I thought it would make great
Walking sandwich board.
We are a walking sandwich board, and you can have the back credits on the back, and you can put it on the front, so that if you're ever interviewed at a film festival, you can talk about your film, and this could also be that little footnote to the IRS that I am, in fact, here selling my film while I'm enjoying this
And make sure somebody takes a picture. So.